What's goody, YouTube? Still Mills checking back in, which, oh, I can't get out. Are you serious? Oh, that's supposed to, yo, fuck that. I'm going out. I'm a real nigga, man. But, nah, man, well, these people about to be mad at me for going out the anyway. My bad, I'm ready to get home, though. My fault. See that old head got an attitude with me. But nah, man, I wanted to talk about Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson having a little back and forth on Twitter. I don't do the Twitter thing. I can't get jiggy with that name, so I've always said I ain't really a social media type nigga like that. No way. I got Facebook. That's about it. But I came across it on just on YouTube and all that. Just staying hip on YouTube, man, and I think that is super dope, man. I've thought Shakur Stevenson was a, usually cats when they move up in weight. I don't know, it all depends on the individual, man. Sometimes guys be clout chasing and all that, so they'll say they want the big names just because they want the show, as opposed to actually wanting the, wanting it for, legacy purposes. As soon as Valdez won that match, he said, man, I need that. I need that. You know the match to make. And he responded back like, I'm with it, man. That is a great fight right there, man. That is a great fight. And it don't need no brewing. Just go ahead and dive right into it the minute y'all get an opportunity to. That don't need to be brewed and stewed at all, man. Just go ahead and do the damn thing. But I gotta admit, man, can Shakur Stevenson get him through? Can his defense get him through the fights with these bigger, these big punchers in these higher divisions? Because like I said, I think I made a video about it as far as him and Burchelt with, because I know he was clapping at Burchelt, and my whole thing was, man, can you take a shot from them? You dig what I'm saying? Like the adversity, you dig? Can you deal with that? How will your chin hold up the minute that man clip you? And that was my only thing. And then, of course, I think at the moment he may be the best defensive fighter in the game at the moment. I just want to see him do it with the elites in the higher divisions. Now that he's talking about moving up, or not talking about, but now that he's moved up, man. So Burchelt had me worried. Oscar Valdez had me kind of nervous, like man, because just what we saw from Oscar Valdez just this past weekend, man, it ain't just it's defense and offense you have to worry about now with this dude, man. And I think I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think Shakur Stevenson is just that immaculate defensively that it will be able to get him through any of 30, 35, maybe even 40. I don't know. But shit, maybe even 47. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I think his defense can get him through. But it's just like, man, it's like I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think I don't think that catch with Floyd. I know he gets, people say a lot of shit about him being pillow fisted or whatever, man, but he was able, his counter punching was so precise, and he had enough snap on the shots that niggas wouldn't get, they couldn't get caught in an exchange with him. Like he had that much authority with his snap, with the snap on his punch, to where you wouldn't want to get caught in an exchange with him, or you wouldn't be willing to sit there and exchange with him. Now, granted, he's not about to open up and just go all balls to the wall and just, slug it out with you like that. Nah. Only person I can see that he did that with, somewhat in recent history was with Maidana, and he didn't sit there and slug it out and bang it out with Marcos Maidana. He stood in the pocket with him, but he picked his shots. He countered very, very efficiently in the pocket, off the rope. He countered very, very, very effectively and precisely in the pocket, and it garnered his respect. It most definitely garnered his respect. So I think I don't think cats are gonna be that. They're not gonna be as scared of Shakur Stevenson as far, they'll be looking for him to open up. They'll be looking for him to do that. And I think what Oscar Valdez, man, man. So I don't know, man. I think with now granted, I don't think he's gonna be trying to. I don't think Shakur is gonna be sitting there trying to punch in volumes or nothing like that. I think he's literally, like I said, he's as close to Floyd as far as the defense goes. He's as close to Floyd as close as you could possibly be. I think him and Canelo are very immaculate defensively, man. But I'm like, man, is the snap enough, man? Is the snap enough to get them to back up off you and reset? Is it? Because I don't know, man. I think now that, with the footwork of an Oscar Valdez and the switch hitting of outside, I don't know, man. I think I think it's more dimensions that on top of the punching power that kind of favor Oscar Valdez. But I think Shakur Stevenson is that immaculate defensively that he can somewhat neutral, and he has the height and the reach advantage as well. But man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm extremely high on Shakur Stevenson's defense, man. I really am. Like he's really incredible defensively. But will that be enough? That's my only thing, right? Like I want to see him, face adversity. I have to see him in a situation where he's like, man, man, can his chin hold up? Can his chin hold up, and can he persevere and come back and all right, cool. Is he good enough defensively where he can get out of the bigger, after a big shot lands, can he get out of range for bigger shots and tie up? Or, pop the jab. The jab isn't there. Your legs ain't there. You get the power from your legs. And he said, with his length, can he step back and snap a jab and keep, and are you accurate enough with that jab? Where it's like, it ain't hurting, but it's landing to the point where it's like, man, oh shit. That shit landed flush. All right, cool. All right, work. I mean, you a boxer, bro. Like, pillow-fisted isn't... A pillow-fisted boxer isn't necessarily... Like, it's just, all right, cool. You don't hit as hard as a cat with one-punch knockout power, but I ain't about to just sit here and keep taking all these shots from you. So a pillow-fisted fighter isn't necessarily pillow-fisted. A pillow-fisted fighter can knock you the fuck out if you're trained, you dig? So, I mean, even it's levels of being pillow-fisted, man. So I'm like, if you get clipped by a cat like Oscar Valdez, and I wouldn't mind seeing him fight for choke. I wouldn't mind that at all, man. I think that's still a good fight. But if you get hit by one of these big punchers at 30, or even a Gervonta Davis, if you get clipped by one of these cats at 130, can your defense and your ring IQ weather that storm? Get you through that storm to get you back on your feet. Maybe, you 2 rounds, you will, you know what I'm saying? Your wheels are spinning, but your defense is what got you through. Your instinct is what got you through. You're not sitting in exchange. With him, I think it's placement. Like I said before, his placement with his footwork, he did, where he's like, it seems like he's out of range. My coach taught me this, about some years ago, about distance deception. I think he plays that very well. Or he looks like he's in range for you to hit, but he's in range for you to hit, but his upper body is slightly leaning back, so it looks like he's a lot further away than what he is. I see him do that very well, that distance deception, man. I'm like, yo, he works that well. He works that really well. So I just, that's my only thing, man. It's just, man, can you handle the big shots from bigger fighters? Now, Oscar Valdez isn't bigger in the sense of like height and reach and everything, but considering what he just did to Berchelt on this past weekend, that's big. You dig? And Shakur hasn't shown like elite power like that. That's the only thing that worries me. That is the only thing that worries me with him. That is the only thing that worries me. Because I think everything else is there. But can you get like where a puncher is like, all right, I'm getting my ass beat by this dude. I'm bigger than this dude. I hit harder than this dude. And when with a cat like Valdez, he has the skill to match you. He has the skill, the intangibles to match you in what you do. He's not as defensively immaculate as you are, but he is defensively sound though. He moves his head and his feet very well. And his switch hitting can clearly offset you and put you off balance and keep you off balance. That shit was incredible what he displayed this past weekend, man. So it's more to it's not just power with him. He's able to match you skill for skill. Besides defense, besides defense, I think he has the advantage in everything, in every other category. But defense, I think defense, he kind of stands alone. But I'm like, that's my only thing, man. Can you take a big shot from one of these bigger punchers in the higher division? I just really want to see him face adversity, man. Of course, you don't want to see anybody face adversity because you want all these cats to go home and retire as functioning human beings. So that I don't mean it like that. Like, I want you to get hit in your shit and get your bells rung. Oh, absolutely not. I don't want that to happen to that young brother. But if this is a profession that you're in, I do want to see how you respond to a bigger shot hitting you flush on your chin. Or even a knockdown like with Ryan Garcia, you dig? Just for the sport's sake. Of course, I want you to get up and come. I mean, I shouldn't have to say that because I figure that that goes without saying. But sir, I do want you to face certain adversities in the sport that's not without your health being that at risk to a point where it's like, yo, we got like how Burchelt looked. Like, I don't want that for you, but I do want to know that you can respond to the situations like that could present itself, or when they present itself. If you can go through these fucking divisions flawless victory without ever getting clipped like that, I would absolutely love that. I would absolutely love that, but that's highly unlikely, man. So I would just want to know, how are you going to respond when it does happen? That's what I want. And I think if you could respond well to that, because even when Burchelt got hit, man, he's not defensively sound like that. I think if your recovery and your punch resistance is anything like that, I think defensively, because I think that was really how he responded to it was he didn't drop immediately. It still took him the whole round to down him. I don't think you're that stubborn. I don't think you're that that arrogant and that goofy to sit there and just absorb all them shots. And you're defensively sound to where you can neutralize all of that shit. So I just want to see that, man. That's the only thing that worries me about Shakur Stevenson. That's it. That is it. I have no doubt in my mind, if you come across a situation like that and you're able to deal, withstand that adversity, I'm picking you over anybody because I believe in you. Defense enhances your counter punching. Defense does that. So if you can sit there, I mean, this dude is not getting hit in close range, bro. At mid distance to close range, he's not getting hit. He's not, and he knows. Man, listen, man, Shakur is an incredible fighter, man. That dude is immaculate, man. I just want to know, can you deal with this type of test? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. And I think you can, man. I believe in you, young man. I do. I believe in you, but I just gotta see it for myself. I just gotta see. And the fact that you ain't ducking no wreck is, that's my nigga right there. You dig what I'm saying? So that's all I want to know, man. That's all I'm asking, man. That's all I want to see. I don't even want to see you get hit like that, but I just want to know that you're able to respond if you do get hit like that, the way you're supposed to respond. And use your ring IQ and wrap up and jab off the back foot. Jab on the go until you get your motor skills back. That's all I want to know, man. So like and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think, because I think that's a 50-50 fight. That's a 50-50 fight. I think it's gonna come down to, man, listen, man, it's gonna either come down to but Valdez's power or Shakur Stevenson's defense. That's what that fight is gonna come down to, man. And that's what I'm looking forward to whenever it happens, man. So like and subscribe, let me know what y'all think, man. Still Mills, I'm outie.